Welcome to the Heidi Thorne Show. I'm your host, Heidi Thorne, and in this podcast, I share my real world self publishing and small business experience with you. So let's get started with today's show. Now, the question we're going to talk about today is one that comes up pretty frequently in author forums, and it's the question of what should I do with unverified book reviews? Should I pursue getting book reviews from unverified purchasers? Now, the question really comes from authors who sell their books direct to customers, whether that's through their website or other selling site online, or through events and expos where they're exhibiting their books and they're selling direct to event visitors. Now, as we've talked about, I definitely don't encourage direct to customer sales just because there's such a hassle. And there's so many issues like sales taxes that you have to deal with. But there are some situations where it's unavoidable or it's just part of your whole selling process and you'll just have to deal with those business issues. But then the issue comes up of the unverified book purchases. What do I tell these buyers to do? Because even if they tell you personally, hey, that's a great book, I loved it, it doesn't do anything for you on Amazon, right? So the question comes up, well, should I encourage those either offline or those direct sales customers? Should I encourage them to post a review on Amazon, even if it's unverified? And here's the short answer to that. It doesn't hurt because it does add to the total number of reviews that your book gets. So there's no harm in doing it. I just have to question the value of doing that. First of all, because unverified reviews may not carry any weight in two situations. First of all, they may not carry weight with some customers. There are customers who will filter out all the unverified reviews and just look at verified purchase book reviews on Amazon because they think the other ones might be fake. And chances are they could be. The other situation is that the Amazon algorithm, which is a big, deep, dark secret, but there is a lot of suspicion that the algorithm gives weight to verified purchases as well as most recent purchase reviews. So even if you do encourage them to leave an unverified book review, it may not really help your search visibility on Amazon. So then you have to decide, well, do I really want to put a lot of time and effort in this? Now, let's say that you are in that in-person selling situation at an event or an expo, trade show, that sort of thing. And you can certainly tell the purchaser, if you like this book, would you please go over to Amazon and leave a review? There's nothing wrong with doing that. You just have to remember, too, that people are busy and distracted, and they probably won't take the time to leave a review unless they really hate the book or they really love it. And I would say chances are they're more likely to leave a review if they really hate the book than if they really love it. It's unfortunate but true. So I think there's the question of time that for customers, and they just don't have the time, and they don't have the attention span or the interest or the motivation or the incentive to do it. What is the incentive for them to purposely and intentionally go to Amazon, log in, find your book, and leave a review? What is the incentive? And there's really no incentive for them to do that. So I think there's that. And then you have to wonder, well, okay, let's say they bought online and you have a process where you send them a follow-up email to their purchase. In that email, you could probably say, if you like the book, please leave a review on Amazon. We'd appreciate it. Nothing wrong with that either. And if they wander over to Amazon, that's great. I just wouldn't put a whole lot of effort into chasing these people down. One, because you're probably not going to get them to do it. And they might just give lip service to that. They might say, oh yeah, I'd be glad to do that, and then they never do. So I think there's that. And in my opinion, I'm not chasing those down. I'm just not going to. It's not worth my time and my effort to chase down an unverified book review. But I can understand, I can really sympathize with these authors who might have a bulk of their sales offline and then really want and need also that presence on Amazon for maybe the few sales that they do get online. I can understand the dilemma that they're going through, but I just don't think it's worth it. And then you have to think about too, if a bulk of your sales, like a lot of your sales, are done online, direct, or you sell direct to customers at an event or expo, that's a big chunk of your sales. Why are you so worried about what's going on Amazon? So I think you have to look at it from a time and effort and what results you hope to achieve, because again, it's probably not going to have a lot of weight. Those unverified reviews will probably not have a lot of weight for prospective buyers because they may filter out the unverifieds, nor will it give you any bigger search push with the Amazon algorithm. So that's my take on it, and I hope you found that helpful. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would make an intentional step to go over to Apple Podcast and give the Heidi Thorne Show a nice rating and review. And while you're on Apple Podcast, please subscribe to the Heidi Thorne Show so you get more tips like this for your self-publishing sales efforts. And if you're not in the Apple universe, I'm on Stitcher and Podbean. You can listen to me on your Alexa with the AnyPod skill, or if you like the video version better, you just have to subscribe to my Heidi Thorne YouTube channel and the notifications, and you'll get alerted when there's a new video available. And I would appreciate it if you would share the Heidi Thorne Show on social media with your friends. And if you want to see my self-published books, they are on Amazon. And you just have to search for my name, Heidi Thorne. Go to my author page. Everything is right there. So you don't have to go searching all over Amazon. So just go to my Heidi Thorne official author page. You'll get all my official editions, print books, ebooks, and audiobooks. And my audiobooks are also available on Audible and Apple Books. If you'd like to connect with me, my website is very simply HeidiThorne.com. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. I'll look forward to talking with you again in the next episode. And in the meantime, have a great day.